Hello, welcome back to my channel, Lomzy Sews. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys how I made this dress. It's hot here in Nigeria and I know it's summer somewhere else. So I decided to make this summer dress, three-tiered dress, and I know you will like it. You will love it the way I love it. It's so comfortable and it's so easy to make. Very, very simple project. Guys, let's go into today's sewing tutorial. To make this, I'm using chiffon fabric to make this. You can use satin, but I'm using this chiffon because it's cool on the skin and is good for this summer. So that's why I decided to use this fabric. You can go ahead and use satin if you want to. So I folded it into 2 and I'm going to fold it into 4 again. I folded first salvage to salvage and then I'm going to fold it again into 4. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the first tier. So my strap is 5 inches and the first tier is 11 inches. Then the second tier is also 11 inches and the third tier is 11 inches. So I made them all equal. So this is the length. So we are going to cut out from here to here. That is the first tier. So I have into 4 places, as you already know. What we have was 12 inches. I'm going to cut out, was 11 inches, but I'm going to cut out 12 inches because I have added sewing allowance to that. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. Remember we had 5 inches for the spaghetti strap. I'm going to take away that 5 inches. So I'm starting from 4.5 and I will take the armhole length first. So the armhole length I'm using is 10 inches. I marked it here. From the center front, I'm going to come in 4 inches. This will be for my gathering, and this will now be the new center front and the center back. So I will take all my measurements there. Next, I'm going to take my shoulder width divided by 2, which is 7.5, and I'll bring it down to the armhole length. Next, on the armhole length, I'm going to get the bust width. So the bust circumference divided by 4. You divide whatever your bust is by 4 and you're going to add ½ inch sewing allowance to that, and that's what I did, and I'm going to mark it there. Next, I'm going to make the armhole curve. I'll go ahead and cut this out and we go over to the second tier. To make the second tier, remember this is the first tier we have here. To make the second tier, you're going to take the measurements of the first tier. So from the center front and back, you're going to take it to the side seam. What I have here is 14 inches and I'm going to times this 14 inches by 2. Remember it's on fold, so we're going to times that by 2. So for the second tier, you're going to times 28 inches times 1.5, which will give you 42 inches. So you will have 42 inches times it by 2. You're going to make 2 pieces, which is for the front and the back. And the length still remains 11. You're going to just add 1 inch for the sewing allowance, which will make it 12. For the third tier, you're going to times 42 by 1.5. What you will get is 63 inches. So 42 times 3 times 1.5 will give you 63, and you're going to cut 2 pieces. For the length of the third tier, you can make it 12 inches also, or you can make it 12.5 if you're going to hem it. But if you're not going to hem it, you're going to overlock it, you make it 12 inches. But mine, I'm going to make it 12.5. So 42 by 12 inches is for the second tier, and then the third tier, you're cutting 2 pieces, and the third tier would be 63 inches by 12 or 12.5, depending on how you're hemming yours. You're also going to cut 2 pieces of that. I've gone ahead and cut out the strips for the strap. So you go ahead and cut 2.5 inches for the spaghetti strap. I've cut a long enough to be enough for the spaghetti. So I went ahead and I've cut the pieces I'm making for the second and the third tier. As you can see, we'll go ahead and join this at the machine. For the neckline, I've overlocked it and I have also sewn it, so I will go ahead and pass this elastic into it. I have 8 inches elastic. I'm going to pass it into it and I will secure it at the both ends. So you go ahead and do it for both the front and the back, the same thing. After securing the elastic at the both ends, we are going to sew the armhole. Here I have 2.5, as you already know. I folded it into two like this and I started sewing on the armhole. I'm not starting from the beginning. I'm just going to start from like 2 inches away from the end, and I'm going to sew away ½ inch. Then when I get to the end of the spaghetti strap, I'm going to measure 12 inches. So you just go ahead and measure 12 inches from the end. That will give you the spaghetti strap you are making. So make sure when you're doing this, you're not twisting your spaghetti strap. So you go ahead and arrange it in a way that you're sure it's not twisted, and you're going to place it on the other side and continue sewing. And then when you get to the end of the strap, you're going to remember we left some inches. You're going to add ½ inch and join it to the first one. I hope I'm making sense here.